Shangar Tuesday. Coming off a big weekend with the Echelon series. I should turn off the in-game chat over here. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, it's one of the great things about RGT. I can turn that in-game chat, which is under where I have the Twitch chat window, YouTube chat window. Turn these GUI elements on and off, which is super nice. This is a race that I have not done in a long time. I used to do these every week back in the Magic Roads 1 days when there was no scenery. It's like a bean-shaped course with a single 180 in the middle. That's pretty decisive. Oh, there's a new thing going on here. New race mode or something, whatever you want to call it. There's a new at the start for the first 100 meters, the collision detection is turned off, and that's basically so that if the guy in front of you doesn't get clipped in immediately or whatever, like doesn't step on the power, you're not just stuck running into the back of him like you would have been. I know people were having complaints about that, so this is something they're trying out, but that's one of the feedback things that I know RGT has gotten from the Echelon series racers is that the starts can get kind of hairy if someone's trying to go hard, someone else is not, and the collision detection kicks in. So we have 100 meters to sort that out, and then drafting kicks on. So I don't know, maybe I'll get dropped today. Who knows? Gonna try not to get dropped off the start. I think the best plan is probably to kick like 400 or 500 watts right when we get going. Man, all kinds of drama in the RGT realm recently since Echelon. There was a guy who I will not put on blast specifically, but I haven't seen him or his team do any test events, so figure out the platform or anything. And of course, he just rocked up to the hardest race on RGT, the Echelon Series Pro, and was mad that it didn't work how he thought it would, which obviously RGT, the way that it works is not completely 100% true to life. I think taking the insides of the corners is too much of an advantage. It should break you a little bit more for the inside of the corner. The AI doesn't do exactly what a real rider would do in terms of line choice, but I know that, and I know how to respond to it. Again, not to say I'm perfect. I mean, I get dropped sometimes just like everybody. I got dropped on Saturday, but I at least know why or understand it. But this guy was just slagging RGT, which in my mind is it's like if you just showed up to a crit and you were like, this sucks, there's all these turns and everybody keeps touching brakes for the turns. I'm strong, I shouldn't be touching brakes and going out the back. It's you got to practice that. E-racing is a discipline, got a skill set. And then even individual, all right, here we go. Individual platforms have their own wrinkles. We've got a little kicker coming up right here. Hey, cycling boss. Welcome. I am in Alabama, but this RGT course is England. Welcome, Immo. Ooh. Good hard start. So I felt like in the echelon race on Sunday, I really got a hang of the drafting. Really felt like I was in control. So I'm gonna try to apply some of that out here today. If you guys haven't seen that, just on YouTube, search Echelon Racing League. No spoilers, but I had a good race. I thought I might win it. Yeah, it is, Wizbit. Welcome. Forgot to grab my sweat rag. So my team is getting real kits made of the kit I'm wearing in game. One of the options is to get a towel. Should I get a Restart branded towel? Kits, sorry. KITS, cycling kit. I'm gonna push on a little bit. Good line through that corner. No kids for me. That's seriously though, no idea how guys with kids do it. Being strong cyclists. Kudos to those guys. Yeah, I guess the process of getting kids made would be pretty fun. That's an advantage. You got little domestiques. I guess if you were racing on Zwift, you could have them push your power up button. That'd probably be fun for them. That's something I've been looking at. I think I'm gonna get a stream deck so I can like do some stuff on my stream while I'm riding, but also program one of the buttons for Zwift power up, so I can just mash rather than have to reach over here and find. All right, little hill again. Push on a touch. Hey, Billy. Yeah, we're gonna try. I already put in one little dig. Yeah, I totally understand that, cycling boss. I guess You just got to get your kids into cycling, huh? Oh. You'll just transcribe what I'm saying for Billy. Hey, Winter. Winter, have you got any of those new route badges on Zwift yet? I got that one. I think I'm going to save the rest for a rainy day. That's probably true, isn't it? Probably true. Until they get up to like almost collegiate level, then you can train with them. Yeah, I think Serpentine 8 is the one I got. All right, if I get a good line here, we'll kick it. Not a great line, not a terrible line. Just hoping to come out of there with some momentum. Yeah, I'm going to save those new badges for a rainy day. Cycling Boss, there's a guy locally, legend, Brian Toon, who he's done Race Across America and stuff, but he will, his wife will drive his kids to practice. He'll ride his bike there and meet them and then ride home. He's a maniac, though. If you're a real maniac, put the kids in a trailer and tow them wherever they need to go. I've done Festive 500 before. I might accidentally do it this year. I am going to try to put in some decent base miles over the break. I was hoping Lister would be out here, but I don't see him. Keep seeing these other guys in the dirt kit, thinking they're Mike Lister. Hey, Mike Lister has a podcast about RGT he's been doing. That's pretty cool. Winter, I'll probably do some of it outside. Got a little flyer here. He's not too committed to that, it looks like. Trying to feather my power to stay over toward the left. feel really in tune. Yeah, the interview with Riley's great. Hey, Tom. Ahoy, hoy. I've been rewatching The Simpsons, so got all these weird Simpsons references in my head, including the fact that Mr. Burns always answers the phone ahoy, hoy for some reason. Sweet, thanks, Tom. Yeah, I've been working on it, getting the layout dialed in a little bit more. You guys don't follow the Real House Cycling Instagram? Highly recommended. It's all Simpsons-based cycling memes. Oh yeah, this is looking like an attack line. Yeah, it does, Cycling Boss. Looks like I did thin that out a little. Let's see. Yep. Dropped a couple. Yeah, WizBit, I talked about that at the beginning. Seemed to work pretty well. I think it makes sense, given how fast the starts are. It is really annoying. I mean, it's annoying in real life when you're caught behind someone who doesn't get in their pedal immediately. So then you add on top of it basically being shot out of a cannon on all these online platforms. And it's pretty tough. Yeah, Cycling Boss, the Zwift. I have not tried elimination yet. I want to. I was looking for one today, but there was not one that fit my time schedule. But yeah, the Zwift route profile, terrible. One of the little things that I feel like RGT kind of got right. You guys see the drama with the guy who got spit out the back at Armed Forces, who was so mad at RGT. Looks like Lyndon's going for it a little bit. Got to keep him in sight. Maybe I'll try and ride efficient this lap. Take another Stab. Yeah. Yeah, that guy, Tom. That was to me the equivalent of, I see the same thing happen outside a lot, but it's like when a triathlon guy does a crit or a road racer does a cross race. And they're like, oh, this sucks. Like, this isn't real racing because it's, you know, what, yeah, exactly. It basically read like, I'm not immediately as good as the absolute best people, so this must be garbage. Especially, like, seemed disrespectful to me. Like, that field was stacked. I said it somewhere on the internet, but guy who was a British mountain bike national champion in there, a guy who was riding for Dimension Data 2 years ago in there. Right, so to think you're just gonna like drop in, like, even if you're strong, drop into a platform you haven't used, race with like world caliber guys and not get dropped, like, yeah, hubris. I am, though, made me conscious of the fact that, like, you get more flies with honey, you know, as they say. So, I mean, I truly enjoy Zwift and RGT and Trainer Road. So I'm not really trying to flag on one for the benefit of the other. I just want to basically let y'all know stuff as I figure stuff out. Exactly, Winter. I think he probably came into some corners on the outside, which, if I see that, I know to kick up to 6 watts a kilo. And he probably didn't. And by the time he realized he was gapped, it was too late. But you do a couple of these races, figure it out. This Linden guy seems pretty strong in the dirt kit. Not a lot of regulars here that I know. Oh, there goes somebody. I'm going to let him go. If he can hold it to the 180, I'll try and bridge across to him. He's committed, though. That's serious. Melville did both days on the weekend, so he may just be pooped. Honestly, so I got dropped on Saturday, speaking of which. Interesting intel there. He was also like a lap down, though, right? I think he was in the 30s. That guy's clear. All right. Oh, first lap. Gotcha. Yeah, that final corner, that's another like knowing the platform thing. I pre-wrote it, so I knew that that final corner was the sharpest one, and you're going into the longest straightaway on course. So that is the spot you got to be on the gas, especially if you got a bad line. And like some of it is random. Like, okay, let's hit it hard here. Yeah, boys. That was good. Good stuff. A little bit of damage. It is hard to get away out of that corner because of the slight downhill. The bigger group obviously has an advantage there. It would really help to have proximity-based voice chat. So once I got up to that group, we could have said, you know, 30-second pulls, next. It's kind of in ribbons here. Be like that. Yeah, I just made a bad choice. Chose to get with the guy who was hung out to dry on the right. But I saw it happening, and I kicked, and I'm not dropped, because I'm paying attention. That said, you also just get dropped sometimes. That's one thing that's annoying about blip racing is like, hardly anyone ever gets dropped. The blob just rolls around. And you roll pretty hard, but there's not as much attrition. Partially because it's not as random. But there's a lot of variables out on the road. Ooh, yeah. This is where I want to be. This is another thing. Once I find my position, I try to just lock in and stay there. Yeah, I think the all of the faults of the RGT AI and the drafting algorithm are magnified by the downhills because everything is faster. So it's like making more split-second decisions and they have more consequence, I think. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Very spicy. I think RGT also, the AI needs to understand the racing line. Like outside, apex, outside. If that's not blocked. Which I feel like it just currently doesn't get that. Like right there, I saw that acceleration happening. I kicked before I was gapped off, and I never fully lost the draft. Yeah, I agree. I think if you're going inside, inside, it should break you more than outside, outside. Because, but it would still be pretty fast because that's a shorter line, but you're exiting with less speed. And then if you do get outside, outside, you have to travel a longer distance, but you don't have to brake as much, which is honestly, I race crits like that in real life a lot. If anybody's ever done Sunny King in Aniston, everybody dives to the inside line, corners 3 and 4. And it's kind of downhill. 3 is pretty sharp. So everybody's scrubbing speed, hitting brakes on the inside. If you just stay to the barriers on the outside, no brake it, you're moving up. You're coasting and moving up. So yeah, I think that would smooth out the pack dynamics a lot. But as it is now, I know that inside is fast. Hence, I'm trying to move left. Every time someone passes me on the left, I'm trying to get on their wheel. Which, you know, you can't fully control because it is the AI, but it's whoever you match speed with that you lock onto. I do know that slower inside line thing, it's something they're considering. I don't think they've like cracked exactly how to do it, but I know they're at least working on that problem. All right, I'm gonna ride it pretty chill this time. everyone's accustomed to me attacking out of this one. So maybe I'll hang a little bit. Sheridan, have you done any of these community races? I'd say the best ones are this one, the SSR Tuesday, Betashenger, Westerly VR Wednesday, and Thursday Crit Series. Those are the winners. Oh, Ned. For some reason, you caught me out because you're doing Twitch. I thought your screen name, I'm only like half seeing it out of the corner of my eye, was the dude that rides for State Bikes, fixed gear company, IRL. He's got it. Yeah, Ned's done. Ned, you had a really good ride on Sunday as well. Did you get dropped on Saturday like I did? Roundly and severely dropped. Saturday, that really was a case of like, I just couldn't find the flow of that course. I was panicking a lot. And on RGT, when you panic, it puts you in the box. And when you're in the box, you get put in the box even more. It's a compounding effect. Same here. Ned, yeah. 20 minutes in is about where I might have been back there with you, actually. Yeah, same. I think, Ned, you're pretty light also, right? You're a pretty small rider. Like in the 60s of kgs. I do think that the speed thing and the downhill thing I was talking about earlier, yeah, I think the lighter you are, the less forgiving the downhills are on RGT. Meaning, like, you lose the draft for a second, you're way out the back. I think everything is tweaked to work right around like 25 miles an hour. It does, yeah. But again, I don't know like how the how that CDA calculation is done. So it could be wonky as well. Ooh, this is bad for me. Yeah, I could have panicked right there. I had to freewheel for a second. Now I'm gonna have to go hard out of this. It's all timing. Yeah, I think everything though, it's kind of like, it's tweaked to where it works really well around 25 miles an hour. And then you get much above that, it starts to get kind of wonky. I do see heart build right there in the rally kit. He's a regular peanut over there in the Primal Audi Denver kit. He's a regular. Those are the guys that like really know what they're doing, that I need to be on the lookout for. Little bump right here. Always got to make sure to get on the pedals. On a course where the 3% is the steepest thing, you can lose a lot of ground on the 3%. Same guy that made the move early. It's thinning out even more. Good attack from that guy. All black RGT kit, bottom left there. One to watch also. Ned, were you in that sprint on Sunday? Okay, here's a really minor change I would like to see on RGT. Oh, nice, you beat me. I thought I had it won for a second there. I hit some really good numbers coming out of that corner. I think I peaked at 1068. Yeah, you got a great slingshot. I thought that was a little far back, and then it would take longer to get to the front, but I just found an open door and actually hit the front a little sooner than I wanted to. I couldn't fully see everyone behind me. Yeah, I think you're right, Ned. That's just the timing. I decided I would rather lay it all out there than really be second guessing my timing. I feel like I still had something in the tank. So I I pretty much committed to putting my head down full gas out of that corner, that last corner. I pretty much told myself, almost no matter what, that was the plan. Full commit. Probably would have helped if I'd had Dan set a good solid like 6 or 7 watts a kilo coming in, but it is what it is. Dan was pretty on the rivet. I think he and Hal were both at the front a lot more than I was. Hal by design, we generally had him up there chasing back those oozeborn moves. But both of them averaged like almost 5 watts a kilo for the race. So to ask them to do much more, they had already done plenty by the finale, is what I was trying to say. That guy is lapped. He's attacking. Yeah, Dan had an exceptionally bad start. Through, again, some randomness of the game, some missing the responsiveness. But it's like in real life, the guy in front of you doesn't clip in. It's like that sometimes. Hopefully this 100 meters update thing fixes that a little. 100 meters drafting off. But yeah, Dan was like in the box from the gun and just never felt super solid the rest of the time. But he did stay in there, which was no easy feat on that course. One bad corner, and you're done. Yeah, I mean, sample size of 1, but it did seem to work pretty well today. Now the mad dash for position into the corner. Ooh, and I have lost. Managed to get a solid exit slingshot there. So much of it is just recognizing the shape of the group and knowing when you got to put it down. Hey, Francois. Welcome. How's it going, man? this may be my only stream for the week. I think gonna do some big outside miles with my real life teammate Zach tomorrow. I do have a really good Zwift crit breakdown to get to, though. A Zwift crit win. So that won't be a stream, but I hope to have that one out. Probably something about Echelon too. So in a really dumb race-brained move, yeah, Francois, well, they already did, it's off for the first 100 meters. So the group can get kind of sorted out and nobody's getting auto braking while everybody's getting up to speed, which this might have been the first race with it, but seemed to work pretty well. I mean, I think in general, though, they're always looking at tweaking the drafting. I think it needs the most tweaking on the high end, like 40, 50K an hour. Could use, yeah. See, I think that's part of it. I think the CDA, the wind doesn't hit you hard enough or slow you down enough as you get going faster and faster. So those group speeds on a downhill can just kind of snowball, maybe a little bit more than they might IRL. I do think races on a flattish course work best for that reason. Yeah, I think I saw that too, Francois. I hope that they're using the echelon races to get like a big sample size of test data, you know? I think echelon is probably the first time they've had that many racers of that caliber on the platform. So That's why the high speeds stuff is coming up, I think. It's the first time that groups have consistently gone that fast. I have not paid enough attention to this finale. I will say, it feels like RGT are very responsive. Thanks, John. I mean, the fact that they actually got a new UI out is pretty huge. Given that Zwift have probably literally 100 times the amount of money than RGT does, it feels like they just cannot get it together to do a new UI. All right, good position. Try and hold this. Not going to attack this one, just going to monitor. Should have set it back to metric after this weekend. Yeah, nobody wants to go this early. Yeah, John, this is one of my favorite courses. This was one of the magic roads that really got me hooked on RGT. It's like short enough that you get a bunch of laps. You can dial in, you know, the different parts of the course, but long enough that there's not a ton of lap traffic all the time. All right, let's try and get pretty well tucked in here. Find a draft. Good race. Long sprint. Third. I'll take that. Oh. Man, if I'd been on the wheel when that started going, would have been a done deal. Closing down 2 gaps in the sprint. I mean, good move to whoever went early. They caught me out. Let's see what I did here. Oh. Okay, here's a bug. We need shadows on all that. Ooh, I did 1,084 in the sprint, which I'm not sure if I've ever broken 1,100. Maybe a couple times. So that's pretty gnarly. Let's see. IF 9.8 IF for 55 minutes. You can't get much better of a workout than 9.8 IF for almost an hour. IF is your like 1 would mean that your normalized power was exactly your FTP. So if you're going over 1 IF for a time close to or longer than an hour, you probably need to adjust your FTP up. So that basically means maximum effort for me. Oh, very happy with that. Fun stuff on RGT. Be on the lookout for my Zwift crit win breakdown sometime this week. And other than that, I'm going to try and get a big block of training done, come back strong for the next echelon. I got the top 10, try and get a top 5. Screw it, let's try and get a win. I could almost taste it last weekend. I thought I was too, John. There was a moment there where I thought maybe I'd catch that momentum and slingshot through. That's sprinting, though. It's all split second stuff. Thanks for hanging out, guys. That was super fun. See